So welcome back to another Thursday. I'm Yucca, and this week we are celebrating our 6th year on the Pagan Perspective. So this will be my 3rd year with the Pagan Perspective, and I started as a substitute and then was very grateful after a year to move on to being a full-time host. So this week we're basically doing sort of a check-in, reintroduction, and when it comes to the subs week, they're going to have the opportunity to do the same thing. But for now, I was very impressed. The hosts that came before me did a really good job at keeping theirs pretty short, and this is actually my 2nd time filming. I messed up on the filming the first time, and it was 12 minutes, so I'm going to try and keep it down, see if I can keep it near 6 like they did. And I have to apologize, I am super exhausted today. Didn't sleep terribly well, and also did Angie this morning. So any of you who know what Angie is will know why I'm totally wiped from it. And actually I only did 3/4, not even full Angie. So anyways, so I'm not actually going to talk about what my particular practice is and how I came to it, because that's something that we've actually covered several times in the past in other videos. So I will put some links to 2 or 3 videos right here that talks about that quite a bit, if YouTube still lets us. If not, well, actually either way, I'll also have it in the description below. And just kind of assume that you are familiar with that. And at the end of this video, I'll talk about sort of where I am right now in my practice. So to start, I guess, reintroductions. I am Arwen, but I use the YouTube handle of Yucca, and so anyways, I'm in New Mexico. I live with my lovely and wonderful partner of 3.5, I think, years, who is over here. And refuses to come on camera. This is the most you've ever seen of him. And our lovely kitty cat who rules the house, and you've seen lots of him, actually. He's somewhere around here. Sitting next to his food bowl, actually. So I don't have the topic with me at the moment, but it was basically kind of what's going on, what are the big things in our lives right now, or what are we reading, all of that. So the big thing for me that's really happening, which is super exciting, is I am starting my thesis that officially started on Monday. So that's super exciting for me, because that means I get to basically sit around and think about Mars like all day, every day, and it's what I'm supposed to be doing, because I do that pretty much anyways, but that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's really exciting for me. I am also considering, because the thing with a thesis, so this is for my Master's in Planetary Science, but with the thesis, you have to do something very, very specific, right? I know what my topic, my general topic is, and then I have got to narrow it down and answer a very specific question. So I can only focus on something, this very tiny sliver, a slice of this grand topic. And I'm really interested, obviously, in whatever I end up doing that tiny sliver on, because I'm still developing the thesis question right now. But the whole topic itself is really interesting to me. So what I thought I'd do is, while I'm putting together all the research for the thesis, to just sort of keep in the back of my mind what I need to actually eventually create a book, which would be the grand topic. So you guys will hear a lot more about that if you watch my personal channel, which I have not been quite as active as I'd like to, but I've got a lot of plans for it. I actually have quite a few things recorded in terms of the guided meditations that I just need to edit and actually finally get up. And I was planning to do quite a bit more with that this summer, but I kind of got bogged down by a job which made a lot of money but didn't make a lot of time. So you probably noticed I changed the name on that, and I'm going to be adding a few more kind of topics in than I've had in the past. It's not going to be purely pagan related, but I'm also going to bring some of the Permian, the paleo stuff into that as well. One project that I'm thinking of doing, I really want to work on healing my eyesight, and so I thought that would be a process that I would go through and film and share with people through that venue. In terms of what else really interesting, I'll be starting the Whole Life Challenge, which is something that I've done, I think this will be my 4th time with my gym here in town, and it's really awesome. It's like a 8-week lifestyle challenge. Actually, I will put a video link right here that one of the coaches did, not this past time, but the time before. And I'm in it. I'm rocking the Captain America shirt, but I'm actually pretty camera shy, so I'm not in the front. Despite being on a channel like this, I don't actually feel super comfortable in front of cameras. So that's really awesome. I'm looking forward to that. And been just studying a bunch, reading. I read a lot. So what I really do is I listen to a lot of books. My Audible account is pretty ridiculous when you look at how many titles I've got in it. And then I also record books and then speed them up and listen to them back. So let's see, I don't have the actual titles with me right now. I'll actually put like a list in the description below because I can't think of the titles offhand, but I know that there's a lot of them. What else? Santa Fe Comic-Con is coming up and I'm going to have a booth. I do lots of nerdy craft things. Let's see. Let's see if this is actually in focus. Here's an example of some of the kinds of things I do. Make like cosplay. Actually, these are mine too. Weapons, armor. This one I'm still working on. I make giant D20s, I knit, do all kinds of stuff like that, so I'm looking forward to that in all that spare time. And yeah. So I said that I would then kind of come back to where I'm at with my practice right now. And I've talked a lot about how for me it's really about experiencing, what it feels like to be part of this world and part of nature, which is the world, of course. And for most of my life I've been and I still am, very kind of intellectual person, definitely sort of mind dominated. And a lot of it has been sort of experience of what does it feel like on the sort of abstract level. And over the last few years I've really been approaching it from a new direction, which is being a lot more present in my body than I was before, about 2.5 years ago. So camera cut out, that means I have gone over time and I'm going to have to do quite a bit of editing on this. But anyways, I was saying that about 2.5 years ago, I really started to change the way I had been eating. I thought that I had a very healthy diet and then came to realize that I really didn't. And that was very much in response to really struggling with depression and low energy and that sort of thing. And then about 1.5 years, a little under 1.5 years ago, I started to incorporate a lot more physical activity, and the difference that that has made for me has really been huge. It's changed, not only a very obvious physical, appearance and that, but also on how much energy I have, what it feels like to be me, the way that I'm able to relate with the world has really changed by being more present with myself as a creature, as a creature that requires moving and being physical. So what I've done is I never was into sports. And I'm still not really, I'm not really a sportsy sort of person, but now I'm swimming 3 times a week. I'm doing Olympic lifting twice a week. And sometimes some of the other lifts I don't, definitely don't hate on any of the lifts, but Olympic is definitely my thing. And then CrossFit once or twice a week. and always making sure to get at least a rest day in there. And I found that that's just made this tremendous difference in the way that I have been feeling and what it feels to be alive and to be in this body and to be part of this this world. And I know that that on the surface doesn't sound like a very spiritual thing, but for me it has felt that way, and the experience has been very profound and has allowed me to feel more alive than I think I have since I was a child and wasn't really conscious of it. Certainly the most present that I've ever really been able to be since I have started to incorporate that half of myself back in. And I've also seen that it's really allowed me to do more on the mental level than I ever would able to do in the past. That there was, I've always been someone who pushes myself really hard, and I found that it's really raised being, getting enough sleep and doing physical activity and eating a much better diet has really allowed me to push myself even further on the mental level than I would have ever been able to before. So that's where I've really been at, and as some of you can tell, that's a little bit of the direction that I'm going to be pushing my personal channel to share that a little bit more with the world. And I don't, you guys know me, and actually most folks here on this channel, we really don't care about converting or changing anyone else's point of view, but just sharing where we're at. So yeah, that's our check-in. We have some interesting topics lined up for the next couple months. Really looking forward to this next year with all of you guys. It should be a great journey. Yeah, so let us know what you think in the comments below, and take care.